Good evening. I'm sure you all have heard the phrase, seeing is believing. Well, I'm Mr. Mickens, and this is Ms. Narain. And being a science educator for the past 9 years, you don't have to look far to see troubling statistics about underrepresented groups and communities in STEM. And there are many things that people believe to be the cause of these statistics. The students and their parents are lazy and ghetto. The teachers are mediocre and don't stay around long enough. Or these schools and communities don't receive enough funding or resources. But if you look into it, you will find that these schools and communities actually receive a plethora of funding and resources. So why are we seeing this? The bottom line is it's not about funding and resources. It's about what they're seeing in those resources, or better yet, what they're not seeing.
Culturally Relevant Science is a 501c3 that serves as the online platform for underrepresented students to see themselves in STEM, whether it be race, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, or gender. With nearly 600 YouTube subscribers and implementation in 4 local school districts, our growing audience is praising our innovative videos, our affordable experiments, and our inclusive lesson plans. You might wonder, well, what makes culturally relevant science different from all the other science resources out there? Well, let's focus on the center here. What do you see when you look at that? I see young black girls performing an experiment. I see joy, I see confidence, and I see intelligence. You don't usually see that in your typical science video. Now think about how seeing this one video impacts all the other students. Black and brown students see themselves, female students see themselves, and all other students see more representation of their underrepresented peers. We conducted a survey last year that showed that students' perceptions of themselves doubled after using our resources, as did their likelihood to pursue a career in STEM. In that same survey, Xavier said, before, my perception of science was very negative. My view's a lot better now, and I realized how fun science actually is. Xavier is black and trans and an artist. Science was nowhere on his radar. As Mr. Mickens said, seeing is believing. When students believe that STEM is for them, there's more engagement, more achievement, and more minority scientists.
Now, seeing your own achieving areas that you once believed to be unreachable has the power to go beyond the bounds of just students. I had a student that came up with the idea to test the cloth textures of do-rags and the effect of forming waves in hair. And he made it to the school science fair and received honorable mention. But what was most powerful was seeing his mother bring his grandmother and 5 siblings along to the award ceremony. 2 generations walked in, never participating or seeing anyone involved in anything scientific, but 3 generations walked out believing in all of the possibilities, and that's what it's about. It's transforming those false narratives and beliefs that our students face on a daily basis into powerful truths that engage and help them to achieve. But we cannot expect for students to just spontaneously investigate do-rags or engage themselves in culturally relevant content. It starts with their teachers. The teachers need to know how to use our platform and use it in their classrooms.
So that's why we're here tonight. We're asking for $10K to fund the launch of Culture Camp, our professional development STEM workshop. During Culture Camp, 20 to 30 STEM educators will be introduced to our Learning Hub and receive training on how to implement it. For Culture Camp to be successful, here's a list of what we need. First and foremost, we need funding for curriculum building tools, developers, and materials to produce our lessons. We also need a venue, as well as meals and stipends for our participants. And additionally, we need funding and transportation to take those participants on potential student field trips like iFly for physics. From Culture Camp, we will increase teacher buy-in and extend to school districts beyond what we currently serve. With that, we'll be able to apply for larger grants and secure a more permanent and long-term funding model.
Now, we don't believe, we know that this has the power to impact students, teachers, parents, the country, and the world. But it takes effort from the community.
Culturally relevant science has the opportunity to change the life for students and teachers across the country. So if you believe in the transformative power of our vision, We would love to see you all fund Culture Camp. Thank you.
As a former science teacher, I am so here for all of this. I want to throw the question to Brian.
Thank you both for standing up here and bearing yourselves in many ways, and for leaning into an antiquated system and bringing science to kids in the classroom in a way instead of the traditional expectation of see it through this normal lens. So thank you for your presentation and for all that you're doing. My buddy Nigel was trying to get me to ask you, what animal would be the cutest if you scaled it down to the size of a cat, but I was like, cousin can't get right back there, needs to, chill.
We're excited. We were debating between an elephant and a polar bear.
I got to go with a polar bear. But no, in all seriousness, this is a room of influence. And so my question is, what is one relationship that could take this idea to the next level that this room could help make happen?
Such a good question.
One relationship, okay. We're just teachers, so our knowledge of the business side of things sometimes is lacking. And I'd love to learn more about marketing. I've heard there are a lot of marketing consultants and people that know about that, because one of the hardest things that we've had to experience is getting outside of our circle of just our teachers next door to us in the classroom or just the teachers in our school building, and not knowing how to market ourselves to get other districts in Metro Atlanta or Georgia or the country. So just knowing how to market our platform and get exposed outside of just our circle of contacts, I think that relationship is more valuable than any I could think of.
I think this Plywood family can help with that.
Yeah!